Hi, welcome back to Riding the Wave of Good Fortune. Today we're talking about the space of variation, and between my moving this week, us going on a walk, and us uploading a lot of transurfing videos, we have been playing with the space of variation a lot. So Karen, fill us in, just give us an idea of what is the space of variation?
Well, the space of variations is really fundamental to reality transurfing. Is that reality is actually not just the second that you're in right now, but this actual field of infinite possibilities that includes everything that could possibly happen, all variations, hence the space of variations. And so every problem you have, there is a solution that exists in the space of variations. And every process that you're in, there's an end point or a place of completion and fulfillment within the space of variations. So Paula and I were starting to get a little frustrated, things were taking time. Hey, that's part of this plane that we're in.
Yes. Things that we can normally just sit down and do over and over and over again. I want to sit down and show Karen, this is how I do it, and I cannot get through it. We just can't get it done. So we've decided this is a good time to really talk about and explore using this tool.
Right.
Yes?
So Paula said, well, Karen, what is the rule that would help in this moment? And I said, well, the space of variations, because right now we're in a place of impasse or problems or delays, but there's a place in this field of variations where everything is smooth sailing, and we have mastered the skill set that we're right now kind of stumbling around. And so to remember that, oh wow, there is this space where everything is smooth sailing and it's already done, it's done. That actually takes some pressure off, and it takes a feeling of frustration away, because it's let's focus on that rather than trying to pound a square peg into a round hole, which is
right. Here's the funny thing. We teach this. We're learning it. We're reading it. We're researching it. We're talking about how valuable it is. But to actually apply it into your life requires that you kind of stop and say, hey, wait a minute. We've got to be intentional about applying these principles. So I'll give you an example of one thing I did today. So like I said, I'm moving. We're at my new house, by the way. We're out in the front yard. But I've been moving today, and I don't know if you've ever decided you wanted to move a bed. And particularly if you've decided you wanted to move a bed by yourself. And moving a queen-size mattress is not impossible, but holding it up while you move the bed, it can be challenging. So as I was doing just that, I thought, okay, space of variation. Paula just envisioned this already done. I don't have to figure out how it's going to get done easier. I don't have to ask for magic muscles or an extra set of arms to show up. I just need to envision that this is done. I did that, and everything between where I was stuck and that outcome got a lot easier. So it's just that simple. It was that simple for me. So how do you think this applies to anything you've done? Have you practiced it today, or where do you see it?
I mean, it's such a perfect principle, because when you stop, first stop what you're doing. That's
stop suffering.
Stop suffering. And it's so human and everything that we get focused upon our task, the task
How
at hand.
How hard it is.
And then we're pushing. Nothing is moving, or it's just one delay after the other, or one frustration kind of starting to build. That's just a good time to stop and to use it's like, instead of using your own muscle, to use it's like the winds of the universe to support you. So you go into a mental realm, is what you're doing, and visualize the outcome. And how does it feel with the goal achieved? There we are.
Yeah.
There we are, sitting on top of pile of money. Or there we are sitting on top of a,
Or
whatever
there we
it is.
are with the bed turned and the mattress on top of it. Start small. You can start with those small things. There we are with all of our videos uploaded, because sometimes getting them from the phone to the computer to the YouTube is a snap. We know what to do, and sometimes it isn't. So when it gets hard, as opposed to just really getting annoyed at how hard it is, we use those small opportunities to flex that muscle and build that muscle so that, the ones that seem bigger and, harder to us, like sitting on top of a pile of money, are going to come a little easier. Yeah.
But also, it's like, okay, how much in life is there a time to take a break? And you've done it where you're like, okay, time to take a break. Let's back off. Let's do something else. Let's focus on something else. Let's make a joke of it. Let's laugh.
Let's lower importance.
Let's lower importance. It doesn't have to get done this red hot second. And then you're just like, whatever, what the fuck? Why are we killing ourselves? It doesn't
leap over that.
It doesn't have to be done this red hot second. And then it's like, oh, okay.
It doesn't have to be done the way we thought it would be done.
Or the way we thought it would be done. Or, okay, well, my universe is taking care of me, so maybe this is the perfect opportunity to do something different. Go outside. It's a beautiful afternoon and enjoy the possibilities.
Beautiful day.
The beautiful day.
That's right. And the interesting thing is, yes, the space of variation is this multitude of outcomes, any and everything you can imagine of an outcome, but it's also a multitude of journeys and hows, right? The more we get attached to how this is going to happen, the more limited our outcomes. So when you start broadening, well, then I can expand my outcomes. You've also got to be willing to broaden expanding the how. Let go of how this is going to show up and allow the universe to really show off and show you some other routes to everything that you want.
Yeah, so it's really actually so much easier than trying to force it, which is pretty much what we've been all trained to do, is to work harder, just push through it, just do better, and it's like that the results that we get. Just start looking at your own life when you push through something, the results that you get versus when you are, you have grace and ease and patience, and we know it's like there is this idea of doors, that when you go through a door and you end up exhausting yourself and getting really frustrated and it's very hard, that's not your door. There's another door, and when we go through a door that we're feeling ease and graciousness and we're wonder, and we're like spiritually uplifted, that's our door. That's the door we want. So how often when we are in those moments of just frustration or just working too hard, and can we stop? I mean, that's really part of the lesson is, can you just stop pushing and let it just stop?
Let it happen. Let it happen. Let yourself succeed. Let it happen.